Lawmakers are back in Washington today after a 10-day recess, and they are facing mounting pressure to address gun safety. President Trump has said that he's open to reforming the background check system with a focus on mental health. He also wants to ban bump stocks and raise the minimum age to buy rifles to 21. Now, he's expected to address gun control with a group of governors at the White House today. For more now, I want to bring in Shannon Pettypiece. She's a White House correspondent for Bloomberg, and she joins us now. Thank you so much, Shannon. So listen, the NRA has said that they oppose several of the president's proposals. And as Congress gets back to work this week, you got to wonder, is there momentum there for some real change?
I do not get the sense, and my colleagues on the Hill don't get the sense, that there is going to be much action, if any, in Congress. When you look at where the Republican leadership is at on this issue right now, Mitch McConnell, Paul Ryan, the ones who have the power to bring legislation to the floor, and even the committee leadership who can actually bring a bill into committee, there is not an enormous amount of momentum from them. Yes, they have, in certain cases, certain Republican members have backed changes to gun regulations, but not en masse, and the momentum is not there. So any action that's going to happen is going to have to come from them, and we're just not seeing it yet.
You know, when I saw the students at the high school in Florida start to sort of demand change of their politicians, I thought, you know, they should probably focus a lot of their energy on the NRA and perhaps the membership when it comes to the NRA. What I did not expect is for corporations to step in. And now there are a number of companies that are abandoning their partnerships with the NRA. Is that going to be impactful, do you think?
For the NRA, not necessarily, because that's not what drives their revenue and what drives their business model. What drives them are their members, and really there has been no signs of any sort of mass defection from their members. Corporate America has definitely gotten a lot more cautious on issues of immigration. We saw last year companies refusing to show up at the White House for these business council meetings or associating it all with this president because of issues around immigration. I think there's a lot of parallels between that and what the corporate response has been to gun policies. Corporations are just incredibly cautious these days. But as far as whether it changes the NRA or it changes perceptions of anyone in Washington, I don't think it's going to have much impact, at least not yet.
Yeah, right. We talked about earlier that the president is going to be meeting with governors today. For sure, gun control will be on the agenda. We can presume that.
Yes, absolutely. The president said that's going to be #1 issue, though they refer to it as school safety, not necessarily gun control. If there is going to be some change and some real reform, it seems the most likely place at this point it could come from is the state level. So governors, municipalities, even local mayors who can do things. So there is a lot of action that could be taken on the state level, and in some ways that gives states more flexibility to sort of tailor it to their demographics or the issues that they already have in place that affect their states.
So we have midterm elections coming up, and I think, you know, prior to this massacre in Florida, maybe immigration might have been the hot button topic, but it certainly seems as if gun control will be sort of the central thing being debated as we head into the midterm elections.
It seems that way today, but the way the news cycle just moves so quickly, I think, honestly, a lot of us in the media and reporters are kind of surprised that this issue has still caught on and is still resonating with people. I don't know what issues are down the road. I mean, the way things happen so fast and furious in Washington today, who really knows what's going to be coming up next? We have a deadline of March 5th, not necessarily a hard deadline at this point because of some of the legal issues going on, but related to the Dreamers. So that issue is going to come back on the surface. Of course, Republicans, they are really hopeful. People will still be talking about tax reform in the midterm elections, which, you know, when you think back to January, that seems so long ago. So there's so much that can happen between now and then. I think in order for gun control to stay on the agenda, it is going to take continued everyday advocacy from these students and who are able to continue getting the attention and directing the debate in their direction rather than all the other issues that I'm sure are going to happen between now and November.
Yeah, Shannon Pettypiece, thank you so much.